Hello, YouTube, Qualified to Love channel from my Ricardo Love Media because they said I didn't have enough for Qualified to Love's own channel to go live. So I'm going to do it on Ricardo Love Media's channel, and hopefully we can build up the Qualified to Love's channel. Today's topic is bachelorette and bachelor parties. It's funny how I said bachelorette funny. It's a toxic tradition. I'm addressing particularly for Black people, but it is definitely toxic for all races and cultures. The traditional, can I say traditional? Yes, I just said it pretty good. The traditional bachelor party has hookers, strippers, at least strippers, or you go to a strip club, but sometimes and oftentimes hookers. And they have sex with the groom and the best man and whoever else wants to pay. Why in hell would you start off a functional whole relationship with this toxic tradition? Now we have bachelorette parties who used to be, a little cute gathering with some ladies, and the mother and the grandmother and was there, and and just nice little. The most raunchy they got was giving some lingerie, and that's geared toward pleasing your husband. But now they have strippers, and they have strippers that actually have sex with what is it? What do they call the equivalent to the bridesmaids? I forget the one who's the next to the equivalent of the best man for the female, but whatever that position is, they actually do ratchetness. If they don't actually have sex, they do some debauchery. So my solution to, just other than criticizing this toxic tradition, is for Qualified to Love to develop. If you're getting married, we will come to your bachelor party, your bachelorette party, and what we do, we combine them. So there will be married couples there will be singles there, and we will give you a fun and interesting way to have this celebration the night before, or it could be days before. It doesn't have to be like the bachelor party traditionally the night before, which is crazy because they get home 3 or 4 in the morning, if not later, and they're hungover and guilt and shame all up, and people got to worry about people blackmailing you. This tradition will be, everybody will have fun. It's going to be done in a non-seminar way, so there won't be any boring left brain hour and a half, 2-hour lecture. There will be all kind of games, there will be all kind of exercises, and everything will be fun. Everybody will be laughing, and at the end of this, there won't be guilt and shame and worried about you got to be blackmailed. What you'll leave with is being a better person, being a better mate. If you're married, you'll be a better husband or wife. If you're single, you'll be more qualified to love. You'll have more steps in earning the crown. Everybody will leave with workbooks we call a love work, and it will put you on a path. So you're going to get some immediate tools just right away, just going into your listening. But we know how the human brain works. So we give you some that you could take away with it, instead of giving these gifts, what do they call it? Party favors or something. You'll have gifts that will, like, growth journals and exercises that you could take with you. One of the things we have for singles, and we'll give it to the couples as well, because we find that couples don't know each other as well as they think to. One of our products is called the Getting to Know You Experience. The Getting to Know You Experience is a game that's not a game, we call it, because it basically covers everything that you need to know to have compatibility and vetting, as part of doing your due diligence and responsible mate selection. So this game right now is available on payhip.com/qualified to love. Two is with a T, the number two. Payhip.com/qualified to love. And that's only $2. It's in PDF form, because if we had to print out all those 250 cards, it would be quite expensive. That will be an undertaking we will do in the future when we can get the numbers up. But that's one of the products that you'll leave with as a single. And this workbook, Love Shop, Love Workbook, is also going to be something that you'll leave with. But the whole experience will be, like I said, fun, interesting. You'll leave a better person. You'll leave a better husband and wife. You'll leave a better single person that is on your path to earn the crown and to be qualified to love. And the purpose of this is to stop this toxic tradition of starting something off that's supposed to be whole, loving, and complete with, debauchery. Now, depending on whatever your religious background, your moral, cultural upbringing, or whatever, you might say, oh, relax, whatever. But so it's kind of hard in this modern day to judge what's right or wrong. So we judge it by what's effective and ineffective. So if you think that it's effective, meaning beneficial, it's going to help your relationship to start off this way, be honest with yourself, it's definitely not. So this is ineffective, and we equate ineffective with wrong or something that needs not to be done. So everything we do is toward whole, functional, effective, authentic, loving, and passionate relationships between Black women and Black men. Qualified to Love is dedicated to that purpose. Although we are universal, if you're other races, most of the tools that we use and most of the things we talk about is universal. Love is love, even for gay couples or whatever. But just like in cancer is a disease that's different from muscular dystrophy, against AIDS or whatever, there's certain things that's specific that needs to be addressed to us. Our challenge is different than any other people, any other race, any other experience, including the Jews with the Holocaust. We had many Holocausts, not to compare sufferings, but we were even in that. They had German Black people that were in that Holocaust. They had a separate one in Africa where they killed millions, but they also had a part of that particular Holocaust that the Jews want to never forget. We were in those numbers as well. So our experience of 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, grandfather laws, vagrancy laws, segregation, which was also very good for us in one respect, but in another respect, it stopped us from individually being, getting land and property that couldn't be taken by some eminent domain or whatever else, or some angry white mob. So it stopped us from building wealth, the redlining, the bank, everything that was unfair against us. Our collective experience is created a certain trauma that is unique to us. So before we start solving the problems of all humanity, we need to solve our problems of us. The foundation of our people is the Black woman and the Black man creating the Black family. The Black family is the foundation of the Black community. There can be no healing until the Black man and the Black woman create a functional whole relationship in the Black family, and the black family is whole, and that will automatically create black communities that are whole and black nations. So the most revolutionary act that you can do is to love a black woman or a black man correctly. All these other things that we're doing, what's the purpose for it to be done if it's not going to have that foundation? So we're on Facebook and Instagram. We're more active on Facebook. It's called, you could type in qualified to love, in parentheses, put love shop, no space, and you'll find us there. Come and join us. We also have our own website, qualifiedtolove.com. We have a list of black counselors and black therapists. If you need some help individually or collectively as a couple, check them out. We have the Getting to Know You Experience online version. It's free. You can play that over there, get to know the person that you're trying to go with. When this pandemic lightens up a little bit, and that's going to be this summer, hopefully, we'll be going back to our live, in-person love shops or seminars. I use that term loosely because we don't do no boring, only talking seminars. We have a lot of fun things going on and very interesting things going on. So back to the topic at hand, toxic traditions. And this was not a tradition that we had in the motherland, or even when we had segregation in our own cities. I'm pretty sure we didn't have that because that was more, pretty much we had adopted their Christian attitudes and behaviors, if not traditional African ones that we went back to. And that definitely was not a part of it. So we must recreate ourselves in the image that is beneficial to us. This is qualified love effort to change one of those toxic traditions of bachelor parties and bachelorette parties, to bring them together jointly and to have a functional, whole experience that will add to that success of that black couple. One of the options we offer, of course, with the cooperation of those that couple that's being married, is, they spend thousands and thousands of dollars. If they're well-to-do, they might spend more than $1 million on a wedding. One of the things that we'll offer is a planned way with a financial planner, for instead of the guests to contribute, or the groom's. I think the tradition is that the father is supposed to pay for the wedding, or whoever has got the money pay for the wedding. Instead of paying for this expensive, elaborate wedding, that money will go toward their first house and setting them up financially. But we'll still have a beautiful ceremony, and it will, begin with this thing that we'll do, this party, bachelor and bachelorette party, before their marriage. So that's another tradition that we will change for the benefit of us instead of the detriment. So thank you for joining me on this impromptu episode of Qualified to Love. I'm here. I think I'm on the border of Emeryville. I've got to turn this camera around at this. This Emeryville over there. The city, I guess, there's a bridge. Can I zoom? Okay, there it is. That's the Bay Bridge. And I'm just sitting here by the water. Thought I'd stop and do this real quick. So I will be more than likely moving to Vegas pretty soon at the time of this recording, because the Bay is beautiful, but it's very expensive. And as a grown-ass man, I don't want to spend all my money on rent and just surviving, or have roommates. I'm too old to be having some damn roommates other than my queen when I get her. I'm actually single right now, which is ironic. But that's part of what created Qualified to Love. I'm not rushing into anything. It's been over a year since I've been in a relationship. As they say, I'm working on me. I'm going to constantly be doing that. But I'm earning my own crown and creating this organization and keeping this organization sustained, I'm bringing in counselors and therapists and healers in the space, and I'm soaking it up. Of course, I've been doing my own research for years, and staffing other organizations, relationship seminars, and going to other organizations, they wouldn't like to call it that, self-help, Landmark Education, the curriculum for living. You could check out Landmark Education. That's not a particularly Black organization, but when a mentoring group in the Bay Area that used to be here called Simba got involved, we brought a whole lot of Black people into the organization that wasn't there here in the Bay Area, and they're still strongly represented in that organization. And of course, when we come to anything, we bring our flavor, our talents, and our gifts that are uniquely just, bring it to another level. So anyway, join us at Qualified to Love Shop on Facebook and Instagram, and qualifiedtolove.com. You can check that out. And payhip.com/qualified to love. You can get the getting to know you experience, and I'm sure that's part of your vetting and due diligence and responsible mate selection. That is going to help you a lot. Take care. God bless. And I'll be doing these lives a little bit more often, trying to grow this channel. Or actually, I will be trying to grow Qualified to Love. Probably have to pre-tape them and then upload them that way until we get the membership up. So take care. Bless.